We'll start this tutorial with registering a new account. In order to do so, select the Register button at the bottom of the login screen. A new screen will be presented to you, asking you for your company name and also your details to be able to log in with. For the company name, add the company name that you are registering on behalf of. For demo purposes, I'll create a company called Goodwill's Print Shop with an email address of gwill@gmail.com. So these are the details that are for the company itself. The email address should actually be a group address which anybody in that company can see. Next is the details about the person who is registering. So let's say that it is Will with surname Goodman. Username can be G or W Goodman. Password, you can add whichever password you like as long as you retype it to match the password that you have previously typed. Email address at the bottom will be the email address of you, the person who is registering. So that could be ggoodman@gmail.com. Okay, once you have entered all these details, you can select the Submit button and that will create the account. The next step is to use the account details that we just created to log into the system. So, company ID is the company ID that we added earlier when we registered, which was Goodwill's Print Shop. Username W Goodman and the password that I entered earlier. Once I've entered those details, I can select the login option. This will take me into the system. On the left hand side of the screen, we can see 4 tabs. These 4 tabs are the areas that we will be looking at in this demo. We will start with the contacts and finding customers. Once you have just registered, there will be no customers on the system. So what we need to do first is to create some. To do this, select the Add option at the bottom of the Find Customers tab. This will automatically move us to the Customer Details tab, where we can select the type of customer. It could either be a person or organization. For demo purposes, I'll leave it on person. This first name will be the name of the customer. So let's say our customer is called Grant White. First name, last name, and we have optional fields for middle name and date of birth. If I select the date of birth, we are presented with a date selector. You can choose the guy's date of birth from there. At the bottom we can see the contact points. One person can have several contact points, i.e. multiple email addresses, multiple cell phone numbers. We manage that by selecting which is the default. For now I'm just going to add a single contact point, say for the mobile number. To do that, I can select the Add option, select the address type of electronic and the contact type, which is mobile. There are 2 fields that we need to fill in. One is the mobile number, and we can select that this is the default for that type. So if we had another mobile number for this customer, we would set the other, or whichever one we want to be the default for this person. Okay, so I'll select that this one is the default, and then we can see on this contact point screen for this mobile number type we have only one default. Once we have captured these basic details about the person, we can select the Save button at the bottom of the screen, and there we can see in the Find Customers, Grant White has already shown up. Nextly, I would like to take a look at the group details. At the moment we have no groups defined. To add a new group, we can select the Create Group button at the bottom of the Group Details tab. Here we have two options that we can fill in, the group name and a description if we feel like adding a bit more detail about the group that we're creating. Okay, so for the group name I will create customers. Description I'll leave blank for now, and I'm pretty much happy with that, so then I can select the save option. As soon as I've selected save, we can see that we have customers displayed under available groups, and we can also see we have party details with Grant White. If we want to move Grant White into the customers group, all we need to do is select the name Grant White from the data grid and drag it into the group members window at the bottom of the screen. Okay. So there I have Grant White selected. I pull him into group members, and there the changes saved automatically. So now if I go back to the Find Customers, I can find Grant by choosing the group that he is in.